plan. I've talked about this with Brian Ariate several times through the year, and he says, you know, you can think about what...
Yeah, 1.6 the second the gap was last time around, but car pushing, you know...
Brian Ariate has the advantage, but he's got to hold off David Gonzalez.
No,
Brian.
it's not!
No, it's Brian! It's what you might do on the last lap, but really you've just got to deal with whatever happens, and he says, I just do whatever I can.
Very, very strong rider, set personal best lap time last time around, was half a second quicker than the...
Brian again, and he's got it. He won't be passed through the last corners, and he's going to pick up at the time. And of course, you know, that's exactly what happened yesterday. He didn't know coming down the back straight.
Leaders, so will he be able to respond with 6 laps to go? Well, Morelli has.
It's the record number of victories. Veda Pratama is there in 3rd place, but it's that David Gonzalez was going to outbrake himself, but he was positioned there just to take it. Well, that's right. I mean, as you say, it's doable, isn't it? That gap is not huge. Morelli, the fastest lap. So comes David Gonzalez!
Oh, David!
So Brian's going to get the drive out, but it's advantage. And as he said, you know, I was braking super late, and when David went even deeper, he thought, well, for the race so far. Pass him on the line. It's going to be David Gonzalez who... Something's going to happen. He hung back and just nipped inside him to take the win. That was absolutely superb stuff.
Well then, they've really pulled the pin, haven't they? Yeah, they have really pulled the pin. Big stuff. Old freight train of riders, or will Brian pull the pin? I tell you what, Peter, Brian, the last of the late breakers here as well, in towards turn 8. He guards his line superb as they cross the line. Car pushing a full 2.5 seconds adrift. Been smiling all weekend. He's seen nothing less than pure confidence every time I've verbally commanding out front. You can go off track there. That's blue. It's not green. That's all fine. It's actually that went up big time in the final sector alone. So this is a real chasing him.
Absolutely, isn't he? And you know, Veda knows that he can't afford to let him get away. He's got to.
It's all starting to get a bit tasty now. Gonzalez push back a little bit. Mitani give a bit of pressure at Darcy group. I don't think they're going to be able to catch back on. They've got to do something very special. Morelli's doing what he did back in Assen.
Get with Brian and give him a hard time. The number 11 is there, David Gonzalez.
Oh, Veda!
Yeah, as I say, I think that is still Zen Mitani.
Last year, he's just basically saying, I'm absolutely having it. If you're quick enough, come.
He also, in fact, he's given a hard time. And Morelli's there in 5th place behind Pugliese.
Yeah, we're
not fighting his way, not sticking his elbows out at the moment. There's 3 laps to go. Turn up
with, if not, I'll see you at Part Ferme, chaps.
That's right. Now, Benyat Fernandez, as I say, he's carrying a wrenched...
Not seen much of Pugliese the last couple of rounds, but don't forget he's got 2 podiums so far this year.
Half laps to go. I think as he's going to do the same as yesterday, we're going to see his best on the last arm into this. Also carrying a sort of a small injury is Zen Mitani. Oh, the inside.
It has the Italian rider. I know he's also won races here in Misano in the European
laps. So it's still Brian Ariate that leads over Marco Morelli. David Gonzalez. It goes Brian Ariate to take 2nd place from David Gonzalez. Superb.
In Talent Cup previously as well. So really
disappointed not to win yesterday. So determined to do it today.
Tell you what, going to rename him Larry Lunge after that one, because that was brilliant.
But it was the David Gonzalez.
Keep your eye on him, but also the 95, Marco Morelli just behind him. Yeah. Brian certainly was yesterday the most cunning of all of them, wasn't he? I mean, that's what it's about when you just prepare.
Well, his move really wasn't on the brakes, but yeah. Anyway, he replayed that superbly. There's the 13. He nudges somebody out of the way there. He knows Agostinelli. He knows
for anything to happen. You know,
that's right. But
he's got to take advantage. You're like a fox, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he was full. So now Zen Mitani is at the back of that group. He came into the weekend carrying a wrenched shoulder, and he's got to make his way through. He can't afford to be nice about it. 14 laps remaining. As you saw, he was a battle of 4 men, and he was 4th at one point around that last lap yesterday. Yeah. Said that in the first race he just hung in the group, you know, because he wanted to save the shoulder. Hey, Pugliese, you know, he enjoys riding at home. He's got a huge fan following here. He said he loves the track. He said really impressive. Well, it's all about to go off well and truly. Ramadeepa in the background take as much as possible. Then over the last couple of laps, laps, he said, I just closed my mind to the pain. Mugello's even better, but I have fun here. I'm going to have a great... I can't wait to ride tomorrow, he said.
In charge of the chasing pack. 4.5 seconds of gap now. Beñat Fernandez just behind him. Puglia.
My mind looked ahead and went for it. And he said, I'm going to do the same thing in race 2. So that is...
Well, on they come to the back straight. Well, one of the 2 back straights, I think I'd call this one. It's Easy Famara into the top 10. Car pushing 10th. Thompson 11th. Plonk Daniel Monignane.
Is why, as much as anything, Zen is sitting there in 5th place rather than battling hammer and tongs at every...
Brian Uriarte and David Gonzalez. Gonzalez definitely putting himself in the frame for a potential world champion. Are in that group as well.
And I think Veda has got to do something different going down the back straight and in up corner with the guys ahead of him.
Well, there we go. Smart lad, smart lad. As we look back down the order then, it's car pushing and Bishop ride going forward and he goes for the lead now. He overtakes Brian, under brake.
The inside comes Morelli to take the lead from Brian Uriarte. 3rd is David Gonzalez.
Straight at Fernandez, Ramadipa, Plonk, Pugliase's fallen off the leading group. Oh, Morelli!
Almost, we almost...
into that left-hander, but how much of his drive has he sacrificed? Not too much as he maintained.
Yeah, he does. Oh, and they're getting a ride back home. And good. Almost lost Morelli.
Oh, that was a big moment, wasn't it? And he's still keeping it pinned. Uriarte, though, responded against the lead there. Brilliant.
Yeah, and if it finishes like this, Gonzalez, Uriarte, Pratama, yeah, and I think Veda has got to do something a bit different. Otherwise, he will struggle. He won't...
Get faster and faster, lap by lap, 144.9 this time around. Well, this race is...
But then, Uriarte is the Cup champion, no matter what happens tomorrow. You know, down that back straight on the last lap. Right.
Oh, Gonzalez looks absolutely on, isn't it? Morelli decides to let... is he doing that because maybe a wet patch caught him out? And down the back straight again they come. A little bit of weaving in the background there. We know they've been on the inside, but it does go... No, he doesn't. Well, he does a little bit because Brian squirts back up the inside there again. That's what we're talking about. He wants somebody else to take charge or what? I don't know. Or is he just a bit spooked and needs to gather himself again?
Well, yeah, you know...
Warned about that after it got a little bit out of hand over the last couple of rounds, so they got to keep that one in check. No, you just can't imagine how close their wheels are to touching each other.
That's right.
It's just so...
He knows there's a few laps to go and he can afford just to follow Brian for a corner or two, because he's...
As they go full slipstream through Curvone, the fastest corner on the calendar, and now it's full extreme.
It is just a lap and a half remaining. Now, if Zen Mitani has, and he's not going to get away from them, is he? No, it's 3 abreast behind Brian Uriarte, but Marco Morelli held
braking and little sort of squirts of power between the corners, and they're going 3, 4 abreast, and
thing left in his left shoulder. He's about to use it because he's got to start making